Greetings. This is your brother like no other, Elder Black Light. So we're going to get down to the real nitty gritty today. In the back of me you see this used to be a movie, or it still is a movie, but it's called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's going to help tell you the story, this movie. I think it was came out in 1941, of the making of the Caucasian, of the white man, the devil. Now, the real educated white people, Caucasians, they know all about it. But the ones that you work with, and even those ones that you think that are educated, they're not educated to this degree because they were made to be deaf, dumb, and blind too. Don't forget, when you're a con man, you gotta con your family too. Otherwise, how you gonna sell your con? So they gotta be made to believe the con, to help promote your con. So, they always got a con man in the mix, a master con man. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to equate them with scientists. Gods and scientists, are the same. Because if you possess the power of persuasiveness, if you can persuade someone to think the way you want them to think, that's a science in that. Everything has a science in it. Con, art and science, the sweet science, what they call boxing, the sweet science of fisticuffs, something like that. Anyway, all things is a science, and when you master it, you become the master of that science of power and force. That's why we call Master Farad Muhammad Master, because he has the knowledge of all things. Now, when you got a disease and you want to get rid of it, you don't treat the symptoms. You go to the root of the disease, the very root. So, I'm going to ask a simple question. Do you consider yourself the children of the Most High, God, or the children of Israel? And if you consider yourself a child of God or the Most High, God, then you should be named after him. Whatever his name is, you should be named after him. Because he names himself after his attributes, of power and force, see? So now, what about Israel? You can say you a child of Israel? Well, what does that word Israel mean? It means against God. So now Jacob was wrestling with the angel of God. He beat the angel. And the angel of God named him Jacob Israel, which means against God. Now, a lot of y'all consider yourself a child of Israel. That's why you got his name. You got his name because he names himself after animals, things. He don't name himself after God. He named himself like Mr. Calhoun, Mr. Green, you know. So we could go on and on with that, but I want to get to this movie. Now, Jacob was a scientist. He genetically made a man from the original Asiatic black man, which is us. But we don't know that because when he put us in slavery, talking about the Caucasian, we took on his names because we couldn't speak our language, we couldn't use our names, and we wasn't educated. So now this story right here outlines Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of how the Caucasian was made. Let's get to it.
Good and evil are so close as to be chained together in the soul. Man is not truly one, but two. Now supposing we could break that chain, separate those two selves, free the good in man and let it go on to its higher destiny, and segregate the bad. Let it destroy itself in its own degradation. Good heavens.
Why, Dr. Jekyll?
Hopelessly insane. This is pure balderdash.
You're dealing with things it would be better not to mention for your own sake. There might be trouble.
Now we're going to start it off with Yaqub. Now that's Master Farad Muhammad reading from the Quran. And we're going to pick it up on the other side in case we don't finish it out. Stay tuned. We're going to go out with this.
Yaqub. You have noticed statements saying Yaqub was playing in his uncle's backyard. Well, he also called his uncle father. This is because his father died before he was old enough to know him. So through playing with these magnets, Yaqub found what his mission or purpose in life would be. So he told his uncle, saying, "Father, I know that which you know not." His uncle replied, "Yaqub, what is it that you know that I know not?" Yaqub's reply was, "I am going to make a man when I grow of age," meaning when he finishes the study of genetics. His uncle replied, "Yaqub, do you not know that if you make a man other than the original man who is already here on the planet Earth, you will be making the devil himself?" Yaqub replied, "Nevertheless, I know that which you know not."